I feel like the reason people are kind of resonating with him now and kind of giving him, a little more than what they've been giving him is because they kind of see the reasoning behind everything he's doing. They kind of see why he was lying to his family.
I will start with Gianni and Alex. So both Effie and Brayden are hiding major secrets from Tariq this season of Power Book 2. And it appears to some of the viewers that Tariq, on the other hand, is exhibiting a lot of honesty this time around. But despite that, obviously, there's this family dynamic between the three of you. So how do your characters go about navigating keeping the unit together while also trying not to have their skeletons unleashed? I guess, Alex, you can answer first.
Yeah, well, I think their plans in a perfect world were for it to never show up ever again. So like it would be for him to never figure out that she's dead. So in that case, business as usual, we're going to sell all these drugs, make all these monies, and just live happily ever after. And I'm going to run off into the sunset with him. So we'll see how that goes.
I feel like that's just the way this whole entire show is. Everyone's got their own secrets. Everyone also has dynamics with people that they're keeping secrets from. And that's the show. Like, that's really what it is. So everyone has some secret. There's not one character on the show that doesn't hide something from someone else, or else it wouldn't be Power,
And that's crazy, because you just said he's kind of exhibiting, like honesty and stuff. He's kind of, being 100 with the people that surround him. Whole time the people that surround him is doing the complete opposite. But it is, look, it's kind of a given, he's been lying to, people around him for a very long time. So it's bound to happen to him.
Now, Michael, you're definitely right. Tariq has had some deception going on in the past, but it has been very interesting as a viewer to watch Tariq's journey. It's actually been quite amazing to see. So having gone from, excuse my words, but an annoyance to fans and the original Power to someone who we're actually starting to root for in this season, what has been the most exciting part about Tariq's ascension?
Man, the most exciting part about Tariq's, I would say, I don't know, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Maybe it's 7 love interests. I don't know. With the most beautiful women on TV, maybe that's it.
Yeah, that's obviously. But Tariq, he's just living his life. He's kind of, I feel like the reason people are kind of resonating with him now and kind of giving him, a little more than what they've been giving him is because they kind of see the reasoning behind everything he's doing. They kind of see why he was lying to his family. They see why he told his family certain things they see why he told other people things that his family was about to do to them, all type of reasons. So I feel like once he started, actually doing for people that he loved, like obviously Yasmin's mom and grandma, people started, they had no choice but to respect it. Like he's grinding, he's doing what he has to do to make sure grandma and the rest of the family. So.
Now, in the screeners that we were able to see, we saw the first 3 episodes. We do see that there is a new dynamic between Monet and Tariq this season. The two of them are kind of, in an allegiance, whereas previously Monet would have been a little bit more hesitant. So how excited are you for viewers to see how that will play out, Michael?
It's going to be lit. And definitely, it was a lot of fun because I had a lot more scenes with Mary, and being on set with Mary was super good. So that's just a given. But I'm definitely excited for the people to see kind of them work a little more together. And obviously Tariq can't trust Monet, they can't trust Tariq, but they in a way they're kind of forced to work with each other. That's gonna cause for some things to be shaken up. So I'm excited to see how the fans react to that.
Woody, I will start with you. Now, for years, for 2 seasons now, fans have really considered Kane to be very eager to be a leader, and we felt sometimes that his eagerness has outweighed his true ability. But this season, Kane proves to be way smarter than I feel like at least I've given him credit for. So are you excited for viewers to see him take the reins this time around?
Of course I am. I don't even I was going to say that. Of course. I feel like Kane is on his Nino Brown vibes right now. You know what I mean? And I think everybody's going to be able to have fun and experience that with him. It's going to be a great journey to go on.
Mm-hmm. Now, for you, LaToya, for the past 2 seasons, we've watched Diana go back and forth about whether or not she's really interested in being part of the family business. And this season, she's basically forced into a choice. So do you feel as if she's been underestimated and naive, or has she learned the ropes, and will she surprise us all this time around?
I definitely think that Diana is going to surprise a lot of people because I feel like the misconception is that Diana isn't strong or isn't strategic or methodical, and she actually is. She knows how to manipulate well, and even though she doesn't want to be a part of the family business, when she's in it, she channels it full force and gets things done. So it will definitely be a surprise for people to see the true Diana as the season progresses.
And for you, Lavelle, I feel as if Drew has really been like the golden child of the family. And, obviously this season, we really see him dealing with the remnants of being stuck between what his heart wants and what his alter ego as a member of the Tejada family is really getting into. What do you think viewers will be surprised by regarding his character development in season 3?
That Drew can also be subject to his emotions. I think that's a little bit of a subversion of expectation, because a lot of people see Drew as the methodical, thoughtful one who is quiet and makes, rational decisions. And I think, in this season, as he, is navigating all these different things that has happened, he starts to get, the grieving process of losing Zeke starts to manifest in different ways.
Such a huge fan. All of the women in my family wanted me to tell you hello and that they are huge fans as well. So I had to throw that out there.
Hello to all the ladies in Brenda's family. Sending love. How y'all doing?
Thank you. Thank you. So congratulations on season 3 of Power Book 2. Now, Rashad has somehow managed to survive the Mothership series and stay alive in this series as well. No matter what happens, your character always seems to be one step ahead. So what do you think keeps him ahead of the game? And do you foresee his downfall anytime soon?
I think the thing that keeps Rashad ahead is that he's the type of person that will not allow anything to stop him. He's always aware that there's going to be pitfalls, there's going to be hurdles, there's going to be things that are thrown his way. But because he is a type of person that is completely driven, nothing will stop him. Nothing at all will stop him. And so I think that we'll be able to get a chance to see some of those things materialize when it comes to those pitfalls. But I don't really see much of I try not to wrap my mind too much around his demise. You know what I mean? Because I'm with the universe. Like keep Rashad alive. You don't want to see any of his downfalls. But I just think that ego can be part of anyone's downfall, and you see a lot of self-serving elements in a lot of the characters. There's a lot of people who aren't very loyal. Loyalty is one of those things that certainly can get people caught up in their downfalls. But I try not to look at the downfalls, you know what I mean? Because, we want to keep those characters alive. But, in the show, there will be some triumphs and some downfalls for sure.
I think it's also been interesting to watch because he is in an interesting position with his past work in law enforcement. Obviously, he's balancing politics and then being an adjunct professor or teacher at this school as a man of color. And he's really able to use that to his advantage. How do we see him continue to assimilate into each world this season?
Well, that's a very great analogy because he is the type of person that can adapt to any situation. And it really sort of distinguishes him from all the other, characters and storylines because he can assimilate. In this season, I feel like we'll get a chance to see a little bit more of who he is and his backstory. And in doing so, I think there might be some more of the human quality elements that we haven't seen before or not enough of. And I think we'll get a taste of that. And there could be a potential, love interest of some sort that may pop up or something. I don't know. I'm like y'all. I don't know, but it could be. It could be some things that really reflect his past to kind of see where he wants to go in the future, and we'll be able to roll some of that out this season.
Now, with the potential love interest that, you teased too, I'm glad you mentioned it because obviously I wasn't able to say too much, but how does she factor into the world of Rashad Tate this season? Is she an asset or is she part of the I guess the unraveling of him?
You know, I would love to get into detail, but as you know, with us here at you know the Power Universe, we don't like to give too much detail. We want people to tune in and see what's really going on. Is there a love interest? Is there somebody in his future? Is there someone in his past, present? What's going on? I think we will be able to see some of these things manifest in various characters. There's going to be a lot of love. There's a lot of, things that are being ramped up in terms of the drama, the action, and just the suspense and the thrill of it all, with everyone sort of intertwining with each other. It's going to be really nice to see it all unfold for the audiences.
Well, it has been a pleasure speaking with you today. Good luck on the rest of your junket. And I look forward to, I was able to screen 3 episodes for season 3 so far. So I can't wait to see what the remaining 7 gives me. But hopefully you make it to season 4. This is your first season as showrunner. So going into the season of Power Book 2, what were you anxious to tackle?
Well, you know what was good is that I've been around since the end of season 1. I joined in season 2, but because of the pandemic, the show was still working on the season 1 finale. So I felt grounded in the material. And I was always a big, huge fan of Power. And Courtney Kemp and I are very close friends, and we came up together as writers. So I was comfortable with that. What I was a little bit intimidated by is so many people love the show. So I really wanted to deliver and give them something even more to love.
Now, there are obviously so many twists and turns in the series, right? And we never know who's going to die, who's going to get shot, who's going to get written off. Which character do you think shines the most this season? And who do you think will shock viewers as far as their storyline is concerned?
I think they all shine. Like, that is something makes my job so much easier, that I could go anywhere in this cast and they are totally going to blow it out of the water. And I think, as writers, our responsibility is to make sure that we see each of these characters really pop off the screen, because they all can do it and they all do it so well. So all of them are great and all of them have big moments this season. I think that a sort of surprise a little bit this season is that we're also going to see a little bit of a vulnerable side of Monet, particularly since she's lost her son Zeke. So I think that's going to surprise the audience a little bit. And then we have Carolyn Chikeze joining us as Noma, and I think she's going to surprise people as well.
Now, obviously, the show, the spinoff is, all here because of the Tariq character, and we've really watched Tariq become a replica of his father. What would your ideal outcome be for Tariq by the end of this series' run?
I think that is an excellent question, Brenda, and I think that is the question, because I see this show as a coming-of-age story for Tariq, and Tariq has a choice. I don't think it's actually predetermined that he's going to become his father. Like, the question is, will he become his father, or will he take another path, another choice? And I think that's sort of also where we will be hitting this season, because he's going to see different role models and different choices he could make, and he could make a different path. So I think that is sort of the question for the series: who will Tariq become?
It's actually interesting that you said that, because obviously, as journalists, we got the screeners before we were able to interview you guys. And I noticed that unlike Ghost, Tariq doesn't seem as selfish in a lot of his decision making. There seems to be like a lot of people within his crew who have their own skeletons and who are keeping secrets from him, but he's pretty much being very, very forthcoming and really trying to create a family dynamic here. So how do you foresee him continuing to navigate that, at least through season 3?
I think that's also a really good point, because something that we tried to emphasize particularly the first 5 episodes of season 3, is that as a college student, how you go to college and it's sort of like those people become your family. And that's even more so for Tariq, because he's separated from his family. So he really is depending upon his network. He's depending upon Braden. He's depending upon Effie. They are becoming close-knit family. But we also know that both Braden and Effie are keeping a secret from Tariq in terms of they killed Lauren. And I think we're waiting for that bombshell to explode, because when that detonates, it's going to change and challenge how Tariq sees his family, who he can trust, who he can open up to. So I think that's going to be key this season.
Well, you guys do such an amazing job at keeping us coming back for more. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and I look forward to seeing, I guess, I don't know how many episodes there is this season, but I was able to see the first 3. Okay, so
watch every one.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing the rest of the season play out. So thank you again, and good luck on the rest of your junket.